Welcome everyone to Mountain Woman Radio. This is episode number 234, where we are going to be talking about and discussing the importance of being an advocate for yourself and your family, the scientist, the researcher, the investigator, seeking the truth over the lies. It's important, guys, and we need to be diving in and doing that for ourselves. I'm your host, Tammy Trayer, and you can find myself and my family at TrayerWilderness.com, where we are educating on our off-grid, homesteading, wilderness survival lifestyle here in North Idaho. We've been living this lifestyle for 12 years and absolutely love it. We enjoy educating, and you can find us doing that at TrayerWildernessAcademy.com. You can also find us on Instagram and YouTube, and you can find my books by going to TrayerWilderness.com/Tammy Trayer. So guys, there's a lot of stuff going on in our world. I know you're all feeling it. I know many of you feel the weights of the world, are concerned about our future and the future of our children. And guys, now more than ever, it is up to us. It is up to us to be our best advocates in our health, our food, and everything else around us, everything that's going on in this world. Today, I wanted to take the time to really encourage you all to be the advocates that your family needs. And don't just take what you hear on the internet or on the news as truth. There's so many lies and so much deception being thrown at us today. And it is hard. It's hard to find good sources. It's hard to know what is true and what isn't true. But I wanted to provide you with resources today that would help you in your research, help you in locating good information, knowing where to look. I mean, that's always important. And also for ourselves, learning new skills. You know, in some cases that might be natural medicines, learning how to make elderberry syrup, for example, for your winter months to help your family stay healthy and strong and keep the immune system up to par. It might be learning that when you go to the hospital or the doctors, that you have the right to say, no, I don't want to be jabbed. Or no, I don't think that's a good protocol for myself and my family. That doesn't line up with our beliefs. That doesn't line up with the direction we're heading in our family. And you can also request, I had to go in myself and I requested a particular type of blood draw, or I requested x-rays at times. And I've pushed or pursued different things other than what the doctors had recommended for me. And we need to be aware that we can, for starters, do that. A lot of people just go into a medical setting and believe that whatever they are told, they have to follow. That's not always true. That isn't true. And we need to be willing to plant our feet in some cases and express our discomfort in things. Or if you're not sure of something and you want to take the time to research, it's really important that we do that. They offer something to you and your family and you say, thank you. I'm going to do a little bit more research and we'll get back in touch and make a follow-up appointment or whatever you need to do. But don't take everything you hear as golden. And don't be afraid to be different. I say that and I smile saying that because my family and I have embraced life very differently. We have gone against the grain in so many ways for a long time. And initially it was a little hard because, people were betting against us when we embarked on this off-grid lifestyle, because living off-grid and with solar power was not, the in thing. And you learn very quickly that by embracing your own dreams and embracing life by your terms and what fits your desires is so much more freeing than worrying about what somebody else is thinking. So in today's show notes, which you will find by going to TrayerWilderness.com/podcast-234, in the show notes this week, you will find a link to KrisAnne Hall's BitChute video where she discussed her experience in an ICU setting this year and what she did and how she handled it. I think it's very helpful for those of you that are a little apprehensive to standing up for the things that you need or not sure how to ask for them. Here's a perfect example of what you can do and how you need to do it, okay? KrisAnne Hall is a fabulous resource. She's also on YouTube. I highly recommend that you subscribe to her channel. And again, in the show notes today, you will find resources to all the different channels that we seek for current events and current information and a different perspective. Now, guys, you know, if you've been following us for a long time, you know that we are not doom and gloomers. And, you know, we don't live in fear. We live out of a place of faith. And fear is not in our vocabulary or in our dictionary. Although I do want to say something. You know, Zig Ziglar put it best when he coined the phrase regarding fear. Fear has two meanings: forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. You can only know, if you know me well and have been listening to me for a while, that the second is the way I roll. I face everything and I rise, and I seek, and I do my research, and I keep moving faithfully forward. So I want to encourage you guys to keep seeking the truth. A perfect example of a flawed broadcast and situation is the Rittenhouse trial. If you watch that trial and you saw all the facts and then you weighed that against the media's voice on that situation, they were completely at opposite ends of the spectrum. And that's just an example. That's just one of many. And that might stir some frustration in some of you. But I thought that trial turned out very well. And I might lose listeners for that. But if you paid attention to the facts instead of the news calling him everything under the sun and saying that that was premeditated, and saying that he traveled miles and miles and miles and out of state and into state to get to that place to participate in that. You know, the news was very jaded. And that's just one of many examples. And it's something that we have to be aware of. We have to start paying attention and seeking additional sources to gain our information so that we have something to weigh against and something to evaluate. And, you know, our children's health, our children's schooling, our food, our freedoms are all part of this. And right now, more than ever, we need to plant our feet and we need to stand firm and we need to fight for our freedoms and we need to do it together. You know, when things get uncomfortable, people compromise. And right now, when it gets uncomfortable, we can't compromise. We have to stand firm in what we believe in and what we want for our future. And if we allow things to slowly be chipped away and removed from us, once those freedoms are gone, we'll never get them back. And I care for my children and my grandchildren. and your children and grandchildren. You know, I want to make a difference. I want to leave a legacy. And I don't want to just sit here and watch it all fall apart and just shake my head and say, sure, yes, mm-hmm. I don't want to do that. I can't do that. It's not my makeup. And I want to encourage you to feel the same, to be wanting to make a positive change in this world. And we have that ability. Every day we have that ability to make a positive change, even if it's just within our own four walls. We have the ability to make change. And I'm talking positive change. And we need to stand and do it together. You know, having a community of like-minded people surrounding you and a place to fellowship with like-minded people and to be in a place where you are able to be yourself, you are able to speak how you feel without repercussions and without being throttled, I think is extremely important. And I'm very honored and humbled by the community that has formed around Trayer Wilderness, and I'd love to invite you to join us. It is a fabulous setting. TrayerWilderness.com/community. It's just amazing. Such a loving group of people. And, you know, I think sometimes when we watch the news and we watch what's happening in the world and we're in our own little bubble, we forget that there's still good people in this world. And I want to encourage you to surround yourself with that. If not in my community, with people locally, with people around you, that are also encouraging you to seek the truth. You know, there is just so much coming at us all at one time. And you might say to me, well, it takes so much time to seek the truth. It does. It really does. I feel like I spend most of my life researching things and seeking answers. But I'm going to continue to do that before I'm going to sit here and just make a decision based on something I heard. We can't do that today. We just can't. We can't, especially with what we're hearing on our major news stations as well as social media. I don't know about you guys, but I am on Facebook because I have clients that I maintain on Facebook. But I personally do not spend much time there anymore at all. I miss seeing what everybody's doing sometimes, but I just can't surround myself with all of that. I choose to spend my time differently. And right now it's researching. But I also enjoy, you know, choosing where I am spending my time and spending my time in places where I am feeling renewed and rewarded for my time spent there. Not that it was a waste of my time, if you know what I'm saying. So I just want to encourage you guys to be aware of those things. The other thing is be aware of what you're thinking. This is really important. So many people today are worrying about things that they can't control. And then yet the things they can control, they're not able to make efforts and do things towards because they're so worried about things they can't control. I want you to pay attention to what you're thinking and how you're thinking. You know, if there's a lot of fear based in your thinking, you need to really analyze that, because if it's stuff you can't control, there's no sense wasting your time on it. You know, so many people can even visualize what's going to happen. And then all that time wasted in worry ends up being just that, wasted time, because what they've been worrying about never even comes to fruition. So pay attention to how you're thinking, what you're thinking. And this is the other thing. It's important to be educated and know what's going on in your local surroundings, in your state, in your country, and abroad. We need to know what is going on around us. It is absolutely important, detrimental to our health, our well-being, and our futures. We need to know that. In saying that, though, I also realize that when we do that, it can be a real downer. It can be very depressing. It can start to weigh and cause, different emotions to spur: anger, fear, worry, all those things. So it's important you know what's going on, but also know how to process those things. it's important to know when you hit a point where you feel like you're becoming overloaded, go find something that gives you joy. Spend time with your children. Go for a walk. Listen to something positive. And learn your limits. You know how long you can spend in something before it starts to weigh on you and be something negative. But I can't encourage you enough to be aware of what is going on. Right now, there are so many things that are being slipped under the rug in all states. I live in Idaho. Idaho, it was a solid place for my family when we first got here. But as with anything, there's always change. You need to be aware of what's happening in your surroundings, and when there are things that you can play a role in changing, contacting your representatives that you don't agree with these things, and being vocal, being aware can really help keep things the way they need to be. So I just want to encourage that today. Like I said, I don't like to be Debbie Downer, but by us being aware, by us being the advocates for ourselves and our families, and us standing up, having a voice, being willing to say no, being willing to do the hard things right now will create a better future for us tomorrow. And trust me, we are all in this together, and we are all going to go through rough times together if we stand together. But if we don't, we're going to be in a lot rougher times later if we let our freedom slip away. So I just want to list off some of the resources that we use, and I will share the links in the show notes. Today is probably one of those days you want to venture over to our website at trayerwilderness.com/podcast-234 so that you can go to these resources, follow them, start watching their information. Some may resonate with you, some may not. These are just some of the resources we found. I'm also going to share one of Glenn Beck's. It is a must watch. Okay, guys? A must watch. There's a lot of conspiracy theory. You hear that a lot. You hear people questioning all kinds of things. I'm questioning all kinds of things. I want to know the truth, so I'm seeking the truth. Be willing to dive into those conspiracy theories and see what they're all about. Watch them, follow them, read them, and be aware, because maybe they're not really a conspiracy theory. Maybe they really are what's happening. Be a researcher, be a scientist. Be an advocate for yourself and your family. You can easily go to watch Glenn Beck's video. It's long, but I encourage you to watch the whole thing. trayerwilderness.com/must-watch. Now, some of the other resources are Southern Prepper One. These are all YouTube. This is one of our means of keeping up with things. We don't have TV. We haven't had a TV in 12 years. But Southern Prepper One has amazing information. We also follow John Lovell, the Warrior Poet Society. North Idaho Exposed is good information. He's doing a lot of deep diving here in Idaho. Also, North Idaho Off Grid is another good resource. Anthony Brian Logan, Charlie Kirk, as well as Turning Point USA. Black Scout Survival is a good resource. Blaze TV. The Next News Network. Doug TeNapel. The Patriot Nurse. KrisAnne Hall. These are all just some of the resources that we follow to gain current information from a good source and getting all the facts. And I want to encourage you guys to continue to do the same. I can't believe we are a week away from Christmas. It is just so crazy to me. This year has flown by so fast. I'd just like to give out a shout out to the sponsor for our show today. It's Mudwater. You can go to TrayerWilderness.com/mudwater, MUDWTR. These are just a fabulous drink. This is a great replacement for coffee, but this is a great way to start and end your day. They've got Mudwater to start your day, which is a masala chai with cocoa, lion's mane, cordyceps, chaga, reishi, cinnamon, turmeric, and Himalayan salt. They've also got Rest, which is what you would end your day with. And this is a rooibos chai with turkey tail, reishi, lucuma, valerian root, passion flower, turmeric, cinnamon, ashwagandha, and chamomile. There is no caffeine in these. These are fabulous to help boost your brain, to remove inflammation from the body, and are really healthy for you. I can't say enough about these products. I've been using them for a while, and I am thoroughly enjoying the flavor and the taste. When you purchase, you can purchase a kit, which would include the frother that comes with it, as well as a sample packet of their creamer, which is coconut and MCT oil. And you can also have a membership and get refills every month. It is a fabulous product, and I highly recommend it because right now, one of the main side effects from our current illness is brain fog and clarity. And these are a fabulous way to boost that and to really start your day off optimally and end it optimally. So again, you can go to TrayerWilderness.com/mudwater, MUDWTR. And if you are stocking up on food, which I surely hope you are, if you are looking for prepackaged survival foods, you can go to preparewithTrayerWilderness.com, and we have a great special going on and have joined forces, and truly feel it is something you should have on hand. It's important to be stocking up on the foods that you currently eat and use, but it's also smart to have other resources, things that are lighter to carry and travel. Even for us right now, we have 20 inches of snow on the ground. And if we were to get stuck in our cars or our vehicles, it's always good to have a pack or two of freeze-dried foods to carry you through. Getting stuck out here is a common occurrence all year round, depending on the situation, but especially now. So carrying those things in your car is never a bad idea. Next week, we will talk further about other foods that you should have on hand and things you should be considering. But please, guys, be an advocate for yourself and your family, and don't take anything for granted. Don't take anything as a solid truth. Do your research. Make good decisions for yourself and your family, and don't be afraid to go against the grain. It is the most important thing that we could be doing right now for the future of our children, our families, our world, and stand together. Again, I want to give you a personal invitation to join my community, TrayerWilderness.com/community. And the new year, we will be opening up our membership area at TrayerWildernessAcademy.com. You can currently go and sign up for the waiting list by going to TrayerWilderness.com/membership. I look forward to educating you guys there and sharing our knowledge. We will be covering everything from homesteading, off-grid living, wilderness survival, and so much more there. Walking you through completely from start to finish on all aspects of every class, and there will be new classes added all the time, and looking really forward to spending that time with you and getting you prepared for whatever may come our way. So guys, I will see you one more time before Christmas, next Friday. So enjoy your week. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay warm. Be an advocate, guys. Take care, and God bless.